All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. Good evening to everyone who's tuned in to our live stream around the country. Welcome. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here. I'm going to be spending the next 45, 50 minutes with you. We're going to be discussing what this business is all about, the reason why you're here. After the presentation, you're welcome to come speak to me, ask me any questions that you might have. All right? All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We were founded in 1952, so we've been around for a very, very, very long time. We operated very much in the financial services space. Obviously, we're one of the few registered insurance companies in South Africa. That's Constantia's building in the background. They're just down the road from us in Randburg. The FSP number that we operate under is that one over there. That's very important because that's our license to work in financial services in South Africa. So you'll notice outside above the water cooler, we've got all these certificates up on the wall. Those are our Financial Services Board licenses. So we've got a license to operate in the long and short-term insurance space. We've got an investment license. We've got our FSP license on display. We've also got our accreditation with the Direct Marketing and the Direct Selling Association. So go take a look at those, because I know that you have to trust this business before you can make a decision about it. Right? That's our stamp of credibility. We take credibility very seriously here at DuePoint. I know there's lots of schemes floating around South Africa. I want to make sure that you trust this business. So go do a background check on us if you need to. We've got a bio on our website. Obviously, you can go to Constantia's website. We are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under a group called Conduit Capital. The managers and executives are these people up on screen. None of us have been indicted by a court of law, so I think we're all kind of trustworthy. Very important again. The three characters on the far left are all registered chartered accountants in South Africa. So Brendan Benfield's our senior executive on the far left there. He heads up this division. He's got a lot of experience in financial services, particularly in insurance. His father's a professor of insurance who taught at Wits for 25 years. His father founded Clientele Life. His father founded the IFA. They've started businesses in Europe. They've assisted starting businesses in Australia. Huge insurance pedigree in this family. Brendan and his brother Stuart followed in their father's footsteps. They went on to found a business down the road about just over 10 years ago called Prime Meridian Direct, or PMD. And PMD is the fourth biggest short-term insurer in the country at this stage. So they've got a lot of experience. We're very lucky to have Brendan heading up this division. Tim and Stacey, they look after all the auditing, the financial, the regulatory requirements in our business. Tim is very experienced in corporate banking. He was with the First Rand Group in a very senior position there for 15 years. And then Stacey, she's been working in auditing all her career. She worked in South Africa as well as Luxembourg in Europe before she came back here and joined the team here at DuePoint. So those are the boring accountants, myself and Jane. Jane is very experienced in referral or network marketing, and that's fairly important to our business because even though we're an insurance company, our growth model, so our marketing channel that we've decided to adopt is through marketing or referral marketing, network marketing. And Jane brings this international experience. She's from the UK, so she brings this very important international experience to our team with regards to that. And then myself, I've been working in advertising for over 20 years. I ran my own digital agency for about 15 years before I then joined the Benfield family and ultimately joined the DuePoint team. So that's us. Again, we've got bios up on the website if you want to find out more about us. Our mandate as staff of DuePoint is to support everybody that joins us in this endeavor. So that's very important. So know that. We are not executives or managers that hide away behind call centers or screen doors or any of that. We very much get involved in the business that the people that join us in this business because it's in our interest. We can only be profitable as a business if the people that we are collaborating with are being effective and profitable at the same time. And so we do everything to support you in that initiative. So that's a bit of background on us and the business. Very briefly, we just kind of pay cognizance to the circumstance that we find ourselves in here in South Africa. I can immediately kind of tell that people, you would only be here this evening in this head office here in Bryanston if you were looking for something extra. And at the same time, I can make the assumption that the economy, employment is not answering all the issues that we have, right? And we see it in the economy. We can see it in the economy with regards to the statistics that we have. People are struggling to keep up every month. I saw another article just about 2 months ago saying that less and less people are now paying rent in the properties that they are renting because we cannot keep up with the cost of living at the moment. Your salary is not being increased every year in line with what inflation is. And so we're going to get squeezed more and more and more. And we are here this evening to try change that circumstance. It really comes to a head. I like to touch on what retirement looks like for a lot of us. And it's a fairly bleak picture because already we've got statistics about what retirement looks like for most people. And they reckon about 97% of people get to retirement financially dependent. Right? What does that mean, dependent? It means you become dependent on either a government grant, help from your family, financial assistance from your kids. Right? You can't survive on your own, or you've got to go find a job. But we've got 10 million people looking for a job in our economy. And so what this presentation is about changing that circumstance. You have to make a decision now to make sure that you have a dignified retirement one day. Right? That's just part of the solution that we're trying to give you this evening. And out of all of this negativity, ourselves as a business, Constantia as a business, saw the opportunity to create a business platform for the average South African to engage in through this network marketing model. We call it the DuePoint System. So the DuePoint System was launched only 2 years ago, almost to the month, almost to the week. And we have a couple of aspirations in mind for the people that join this business, because you might be thinking, well, I've only joined the business, or I'm looking at the business to create extra money, but money is just a means to an end, right? And so personally, for me, what I want to do in this business is I want to change the way people think about money. I don't just want to put money in your back pocket. I want you to have a paradigm shift about what you think money is, or what you think the value of money is. For me, that's one of the strategies. And so the aspiration that we have for people in this business is, one, to aspire to becoming debt-free. Right? Who aspires to becoming debt-free? I bet none of you. You would all like to, sure. Everyone would like to be debt-free, but are you actively, daily aspiring to becoming debt-free? No, because we're all in this debt cycle. We depend on a salary that's not doing anything for us. We're trying to keep up just with the cost of living and nothing more. I'm trying to survive the month. Now you're telling me pay your debt off faster, right? But we get that leverage. We get that opportunity through a business like this, right? So I want that to be an aspiration for you. If you can make this business work for you, you can aspire to becoming debt-free as quickly as possible. Within the next few years, completely debt-free. You own your car. You own the house. You paid the house off already. You pay your kids' school fees a year up front. Right? That's what debt-free looks like. No debit order SMSs at the end of the month. Right? Don't you hate those SMSs? Right? You see, the bank even bundles them now. They don't send you 11111. They send you one SMS with 5 debit orders in it. Right? That's how many debit orders you got. They've got to bundle the SMSs together. Right? I want you to not have any of those SMSs. I want you to get one SMS saying your salary's been paid in and you've been paid by DuePoint, and that's it. Imagine that. And then next month you get paid again and no debit orders. So now your money's doubled. And then in the third month you get paid again. Now your money's tripled in your bank account. You're going to struggle to spend it, right? What it does is, when you become debt-free, it actually empowers you to create wealth. And that's really what this business is about. When I say I want to hopefully make people think differently about the value of money, it's about creating wealth. We only create wealth once we've got rid of debt. You can't create wealth if you owe other people money. We create wealth through ownership of assets, right? So when that money just keeps growing in your bank account, now you've been liberated financially, where you can go, I can start investing. I can buy second property, a third property. I can start a share portfolio. I can start putting proper money into my retirement portfolio, right? And then the third aspiration, which kind of happens along the way, is just to be happier. You hear in this presentation, you're going through the pain of coming to a presentation like this in hope that you'll change your circumstance and be happier, not stressed at the end of the month. Having a great January. Imagine going through December and January without any financial issues. Did we all survive January? I can see some of you are not smiling. You're still suffering. You're still hurting from January, right? We just want to make everybody happier. I promise you, money can solve a lot of problems, right? And we're going to try to solve those problems for you. So this evening, our guests have the opportunity to join this business, to join DuePoint. You contract with us, and once you're contracted with DuePoint, you will be called a wealth engineer. And as a wealth engineer, you're only expected to do one thing, and that is what we call build a channel of distribution. So I'll show you what a channel of distribution looks like shortly. But through these channels of distribution, which is really you just introducing people to us, that's all you're going to be doing, is connecting people to DuePoint. Our online platform will facilitate the sale of products to those people, right? And that's as simply as this business works. Explained in 2 sentences. The benefit for you is that you get to create additional income. But the nature of the income is very important. We're not producing active income. Your day job produces active income, right? But the income you produce is recurring. Now, this is very important. Some people refer to it as passive income. My father refers to it as being able to make money while you sleep. Did you even know that was possible? No, you don't have to stand on Rivonia Road in a short skirt to make money while you're sleeping. You can actually do it in legitimate business, right? So insurance companies actually create recurring income. It's one of the great benefits of being in financial services. A lot of financial services businesses create passive income. We have something called a book value. A book value is the amount of premium that we're debiting every single month, right? That book value has an intrinsic value that pays out recurring income. I don't have to chase the business every month. I can do business in February that can potentially pay me for the next 10, 20 years. That is what recurring income is, right? You get to share in this benefit as wealth engineers. Power duplication. The business, the system that we've built, the DuePoint system, allows you to leverage. It means it allows you to duplicate yourself. Have you ever wished you could clone yourself? You think, I've got no time in the day. I wish I just could clone myself, right? I could do all the work and the one can stay at home and keep the spouse happy. In this business, we allow you to do that. These people that you bring into the business, right? These people that you connect to DuePoint are going to become part of your team. You can collaborate with them. So if you look at it on your own, if you're just a salesperson on your own earning commission just purely on your own effort, you've got 8 hours a day, and that's it, right? But would you not rather be the manager of 100 salespeople, earning a little bit of commission from each one of those salespeople, right? Now you've got 8 hours times 100 people potentially, and there's no limit. You can bring in another 100. You can bring in another 100. You can bring in another 100. That's leverage. Ask any of the experienced wealth engineers here. They'll tell you how much leverage exists in their channels because they've introduced only a handful of people, but they're earning off of 100, maybe 1,000, maybe 10,000 people in their business. All right? Flexi time, you get to decide when you want to do this business. Not a part-time business. It's flexi time. You can do it for 1 minute in the day. You can make one phone call. You can spend the entire day doing the business. You can do it on weekends, in the evenings. We've got people that join this business before 6 a.m. in the morning. Right? They are prospecting at 5:30 a.m. Some at 3 a.m. You won't believe the times we see the applications come through, right? So it's up to you. There's no startup capital in our business. We don't have registration fees. We also don't have boxes of product that you have to buy and invest in this business. And so we make this business as risk-free as possible. It becomes then more accessible to the average person in South Africa. We don't require qualifications or experience to be wealth engineers, right? Anyone bring their CVs with them this evening? No? Luckily, I don't need these CVs. I'm more interested in your work ethic. I don't care what background you have. I get very excited when people that seem to not be geared for corporate life do well in this business. Right? People that might have no work experience, or very young people, or people that have don't even have matric. They join this business and they flourish. I love that. It tells me that the business is accessible to everybody, that anyone can make it work. So this, for me, is probably the most important benefit, is that you get to build an asset that you have ownership over. This channel of distribution that you're building, you have legal tender over it. It becomes part of your estate as an asset, right? Because in 20 years' time, if you're earning 100,000 Rand a month off of this business, I promise you that asset has got huge value. You can sell it. Already in the last year, we had wealth engineers selling their channels for various reasons. This business will carry on paying you, and this is very important. It'll carry on paying you beyond retirement. Because for most of us who depend on employment as a single source of income, we'll get to retirement realizing we've got to find another job. This business will just carry on. It'll carry on paying you beyond retirement. It'll carry on paying you. You can take 3 months holiday in this business. We'll carry on paying you while you're on holiday, while your feet are in the sand. This business will carry on paying into your estate past your death. You can cede this business to your beneficiaries. You can give it to your kids, to your spouse once you pass away, and it'll carry on paying you. So I'm hoping that you'll be happy to invest time and sacrifice time into building this channel of distribution, knowing that you have legal tender over it. There's no selling in our business. We contract you out of selling. So our contract says you're not allowed to sell. Isn't that a wonderful benefit? Who likes to sell vitamins on weekends to their friends? Anyone? Right? Oh, slit my wrists right now. I couldn't think of anything worse. Seriously, that's hard work, right? Selling every day. There's no selling required in this business. This business is about connecting people to a business opportunity. It's the number one commodity that exists. If I walk up to someone, who wants to take a bet with me? If I walk up to a group of 10 people, and you come to them and you say, I've got vitamins for you guys to buy. And I come up to them and I say, I've got a business opportunity that creates recurring income. Who do you think they're going to come to? To the business opportunity. People are crying for business opportunity. There's no selling involved in our business. But the nature of our products are intangible. What does that mean? It means they're not products, like tangible products. They're not like vitamins or milkshakes or anything that fits in boxes and you've got to take home. We don't have expiry dates on our products. They don't smell when you forget them in the garage after 6 months. Right? We collect on the product in your channel on your behalf automatically. Banking systems happen overnight while you're sleeping. All happens automatically. We never run out. We don't have stock. We don't have distribution issues. So the products are very convenient in this business. But your success in this business is very much dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. So I told you I'll show you what it looks like. It begins with you, your wealth engineer. Picture yourself as the CEO of your channel. Because I want to paint a picture. I want to illustrate to you why it's important to think of yourself as the CEO. Because when you go out, and remember I said this business is about you connecting people to this opportunity. When you go out and do that, I want you to be very thoughtful about the people that you're bringing into this business. Because you're going to have to work with the people that you bring into the business. So do you put up a gazebo on the street corner and say, anyone who wants a job, come speak to me? Or do you become very discerning in the person that you get to bring into your business? Because if you're the CEO, who are the first 5 people you're bringing into the business? They're your board of directors, your board of executives. And you bring anyone off the street into your board? No, you don't. Because what you want to do is you want to bring capable people that you can depend on into your business to help duplicate you. Remember, you're cloning yourself. That's ideally what you want to do. You want to clone yourself. You clone yourself with people that are at your peer level, people that have the resources to thrive in a business like this, because that behavior is going to filter into the rest of your business, because these people are going to go out and do the same thing you're doing. And if you are doing quality work from the beginning, they will do the same. You will lead by example, I'm hoping, right? Because my hope is for you, because this is what your channel can look like after time. This is the leverage, the power of duplication. You brought in 5 people, but you've got a channel that's got 1,000 people in it. Go speak to wealth engineers. Some of our rank 9s. Ask them how many people they have on their first point. Less than 10. But they've got 1,000 people that they're benefiting from in terms of recurring income every single month. That's leverage, right? So my hope is you'll build a sustainable business, a quality business, so that you have the opportunity one day where you can walk away from employment. You can go on a 3-month holiday. Who can take a 3-month holiday at their current employer? No one, right? My wife's a labor lawyer. I know all about the labor law. 15 days minimum. That's all your employer has to offer you. 15 days, 2 weeks a year. In America, they get 5 days a year. Those Americans work hard. We think we work hard. Americans work 10 times harder than us. Maybe not as effectively, but they work hard, right? 15 days minimum. Imagine taking 3 months holiday and knowing that DuePoint will pay you a return every single month while you're on holiday. Wouldn't that be awesome? Jeez, I mean, these kids, they get so much holiday anyway, but the parents have to stay at work, right? Because we don't have the leave. I'm hoping that if you build a sustainable channel, you can decide when you want to take leave, and as much as you want. Maybe in 5 years, 10 years' time. It's worth working towards, I think. Some people arrive at this presentation, well, you might have started worrying about it when the first person came to invite you to this presentation. Oh, I'm being invited to one of those presentations. Did anyone think that? You don't have to lie to me. That's a natural fear. The fear exists because of the stigma of all the people that have come before us and labeled themselves network marketing businesses and then done a terrible job. But I'm telling you right now, DuePoint is going to make a stand for network marketing. You might not believe it now, but come speak to me in 20 years' time. DuePoint will be a shining light in network marketing. We want to take network marketing and turn it around. We don't want it to be a swear word. Some people see it as a swear word, right? Because the stigma exists. Any company can go, oh, we're a network marketing company. I can sell vitamins. I can sell ice and say, oh, we've got a network marketing remuneration plan. If you sell ice, I'll give you a cut, right? Now I'm a network marketing business. Anyone can do it. But we're not one of those businesses, I promise you. We've been in business for over 70 years. We've got very reputable people in this business that want to make an impact in the society. We do. We don't want to be like a traditional company down the road. PMD, they spend money on advertising every day. That's how they get business, right? We want to make impact in society. And so instead of giving the money to SABC or to the Star newspaper or to whoever, I'm offering the money to you guys to help me build our business, right? To collaborate, to become business partners. And so we're not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is an authentic entrepreneurial business model. You might be wondering why we've got a picture of a ballerina up on the screen. Anyone figure it out? Because entrepreneurial opportunity gets romanticized. We think of entrepreneurs like this, like a professional ballet dancer. That's what we see. If you go to the State Theatre, that's what you see. But to be a professional dancer, let's say 10,000 hours of practice, that's what their foot looks like when you take that ballet pump off. You take that romanticized veneer away from a successful entrepreneur, underneath you'll see blood, sweat, and tears. To be successful in starting a new business, the odds are against you, right? Fortunately, you're joining a very experienced team. We've done this all over the world. We know what we're doing. And we're inviting you into an entrepreneurial opportunity to change your circumstance. And there's a little bit of risk in everything. There's a lot of risk in other things. Pyramid scheme, a lot of risk. When a Russian convict comes onto YouTube and says, give me 20,000 Rand, I'll double it next month. You better know there's risk attached to that, right? But people do it anyway. It paints a picture of how desperate we are as a society from a financial perspective. So that's my warning slide. It takes hard work to be successful, but I'm inviting you to try it anyway. So we have products like any other insurance company. We've got 3 products here at DuePoint, right? So we're going to invite people that come into this business to take a look at 3 products. You can choose one or all 3 products, completely up to you. It's a personal decision. Our first product is called Access Wealth. It is an investment product. We have taken advantage of the tax-free legislation that exists in South Africa. So for 324 Rand a month, 100 Rand will be invested into this tax-free investment fund in your name. It's just with Sanlam, the biggest investment house in the country. It is a no restriction, no notice investment fund. It means you can withdraw your investment out at any stage. There's no notice that you need to give, right? So it takes about 5 working days to do that transaction for you. On top of that, we give you a little bit of personal accident cover. So this investment has got some insurance attached to it, which is great. 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. You have this investment, you killed in a car accident or in a crime, you slip off the ladder, you fall in the bathroom, whatever the case, we pay it to your beneficiaries, 120,000 Rand plus whatever's in that investment. So this is our investment product, Access Wealth. That's the first product. The second product is called Wealth Guard. This is only insurance. So this is strictly an insurance product. It's 299 Rand a month, but this time you get 1.2 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Now you'll notice that I'm not saying it's funeral cover. I'm not saying it's life insurance, because it isn't. This product pays out in the event of you dying in an accident. So it doesn't cover natural causes or death through illness, right? So why would we do that? You might be thinking, well, that's not a great product. But what separates us from the rest of the market is that I can offer this product to anyone over the age of 18. Any single person. I assume everyone here is over the age of 18. Anyone can take this product out. I don't care if you're diabetic, whether you have cancer, what your health status is, whether you went to the doctor 20 times because of back problems the last week. It doesn't matter. The premium will stay the same. The amount of cover remains the same. Try get life insurance if you're 70 years old and diabetic. You won't. Your premium will be 20,000 Rand a month, right? This product is accessible to everybody, right? So this is our insurance product, Wealth Guard. The third product is called Wealth Points, 299 Rand a month. And what this product aims to do is save you money on the money that we spend every month anyway, right? So we've got a whole list of partners here, companies that we've approached. We've asked them for a discount that we can pass on to our Wealth Points members. So for 299 Rand a month, you get to enjoy the discounts with all these partners. So for example, always on Wi-Fi data. You go to them, you say you want a gig of data, they'll typically charge you 100 Rand. But if you're a Wealth Points member, they'll give it to you for 37 Rand, right? So we've got a discount, different discounts with all of these. The retailers are obviously a lot tighter. They're going to offer us 67% discounts. But go look at the website. The entertainer, over R1 million in discounts in the entertainer to restaurants, hotels around the world. It's an awesome product. And we are adding new partners to this product all the time. So if you're looking for immediate benefit, it's a great product to have. We've just signed up a new partner to this business. So take a look. Jaguar and Land Rover have come on board. Anyone about to buy a Land Rover or a Range Rover? Soon, right? Soon. This is what you get to aspire to when you pay your debt off. So if you're in the hunt for a Jaguar Land Rover, you'll get the best service from Jaguar Land Rover Sandton, and they'll give you the best price in the country, regardless of where you are in South Africa. If you're in Cape Town, they'll get that car down to you. So that's the new partner. Like I said, we're adding new partners to that product all the time. Briefly to explain the difference between our business model and another business model and how our business model works, because some people ask us the question. Like I've already highlighted, PMD down the road, they spend a lot of money on advertising every month, right? That's the way they bring in new clients. At DuePoint, you won't see a DuePoint logo anywhere because we don't spend a cent on advertising. No DuePoint logo outside of this building. You won't see it. Why? Because we rely on our wealth engineers to go out and tell people about the DuePoint opportunity. And that's how we grow our business. That's the network marketing part. So we don't have to spend the billions that the insurance industry spends every year on advertising. We can take that portion of our budget and we assign it to our returns and our rewards program to the benefit of you guys. And that's very basically how our business model works. So the two ways to earn: the returns and the rewards program. The returns program is the recurring income that you get to generate in this business. This is the primary reason why you're here, is to create the recurring income. And that's done through the returns program. We pay a base return fee of R27.50 for every product you have in your channel, right? But that depends on where the product lies in relation to you. So when you go out and you find people to join this business, those people, that product lies on your first point. And on your first point, we actually pay you the double, the R27.50. So you get R55 for every product. And remember, it's recurring income every month going forward, right? Those people go out and start to find other people. That product lies on your second point. And again, you get R55 there. And then as the product gets further and further away from you, as your channel starts to build, you see the multiplier starts to drop. At 0.8, it's sitting at 4% of the R27.50. But what's important to note is that we don't stop you there. You're not limited at 0.8. We've already got wealth engineers at 0.30 in their businesses. And they can earn potentially all the way up to 0.30. Right? They'll keep earning the 4% from 0.8 in theory to infinity. We don't limit you on the size of your business. We don't limit you on how much money you can earn at DuePoint. No limitation. The onus lies squarely on your shoulders. Right? You decide how big you want your channel to be. Directly correlated to effort in this business. So this is the mechanics of the returns. Okay? The next question we typically get is, well, how much do people earn in this business? Let's talk like real money. Beyond this R55, I don't know. Give me an idea of what we can earn in time. So the accountants came up with this path to success. It is a projection over the next 5 years of what you could be earning. It is based on a premise. The premise is a growth formula that we call 3 + 2. All it assumes is that in your first month, you can bring 3 people into the business. That qualifies you as a wealth engineer. And then every consecutive month, you only have to bring in 2 people. So we're in February. Let's say, for example, you join in February. In February, you bring 3 people. Great. Every consecutive month thereafter, just 2 people. So in March 2, April 2, May 2, and you keep bringing 2 new people into the business, into perpetuity, you can expect these numbers. After 6 months of work, R2,500 a month. Who's thinking, why did I drive to Bryanston for R2,500? Who's thinking that? I look at you. I'm carefully looking at everyone's expression in the audience. I know you're bitterly disappointed by R2,500. You're already looking further down the line. I can't see. Wait, I can see some more numbers there. They're looking bigger. I'll stay and wait. But this is an opportunity for me to show you why we think about money incorrectly. Because I make the mistake daily. Today I made it many times. Right? When someone puts money in my hand, I know exactly what I can buy with it. Because we think like consumers. Our economy is geared to operate when consumers are spending. All you have to do is turn on the radio and they'll say, we're hoping consumer spending will increase. We don't think the VAT rate increase to 15% will affect consumer spending. Consumer spending is the root of our problems. Right? We're in debt because we spent too much. So you're thinking, well, what can 2,500 rand buy me? What can it buy you? Maybe a week's groceries? Maybe a nice pair of shoes? That's about it, right? But I'm going to show you the value of 2,500 rand if you think differently about it. Because if you aspire to paying your debt off faster, it is the same thing as investing. Paying debt off faster is the same as investing. It is, right? You take 2,500 rand. Here's an example of someone with a 1 million rand bond. They have 1 million rand in debt. If you're my age, 40, and you engage in a bond like this, 1 million rand bond, I will get to make my last payment, right? A 20-year bond. A 20-year bond, I'm going to make my final installment at the age of 60. At prime plus 2, I'm paying about 11,500 rand a month to the bank every single month for 20 years. But I joined DuePoint, and 6 months later, after some success at 3 plus 2, I'm earning 2,500 rand. And Rob said, don't spend the money, put it into your debt. So I take the 2,500 rand, I put it into my bond as an additional payment. What is the net effect of that? Do you think there's any benefit to me paying my bond off sooner? I'll pay the bond off in 11 and a half years instead of 20 years. That's nearly half. I've only put 2,500 rand in, which is like 25% less, 20% extra into the bond, but it's nearly halved the term of my bond. Do you know how much money it saves you in repayments back to the bank? This is money that it saves you. Hard currency. I'm not talking about academic theory money. I'm talking about hard currency that it saves you. Nearly 1 million rand you will have saved yourself doing that. At the 12-month mark, you're earning 9,000 rand a month. That's in excess of 100,000 rand annually. Imagine I had a 100,000 rand check for every single person in the room here. Would you like it? Yeah. You'd take it straight away, right? But unfortunately, a lot of you will give up at month 3. Do you realize that? That's the odds in our business. I know what the odds are. I accept the odds. Right? Don't fight with the odds. That's just human nature. I know. Majority of people are going to fall off. I don't know why. I don't try to fix it. But if you carry on at 12 months, that's 100,000 rand extra every year. Imagine coming home with a 100,000 rand check for Christmas every year. You can decide where you want to go for Christmas. You can buy all the kids' presents, and you can buy school uniforms and stationery without crying in January. 24 months, you're earning nearly 30,000 a month. You see how quickly that jumped? Are you glad you didn't walk out after 6 months? That impacts anyone's life. You can be earning 200,000 rand a month. An extra 30,000 rand a month impacts anybody. At the 36-month mark, 3 years away, 50,000 rand a month. You want to look at the bond example again, a debt example? At month 30, you're earning 36,000 rand a month. Here is an example of a 5 million rand bond. You put 36,000 rand into a 5 million rand bond, you'll pay that house off in less than 7 years. But the mistake I'll make is that I'll go buy a 2 million rand car instead. Because that'll cost me about 30,000 rand a month. Isn't that decision we're making all the time? Right? We're so taken by consumerism. Right? Black Friday, did you see? Mall of Africa on Black Friday. It was like a riot. Right? Keep going. After 48 months, you're close to 70,000 rand a month. And then after a short 5 years, think about what you were doing 5 years ago. Is 5 years a long time? 60 months away, you could be earning 1 million rand in recurring income annually. Imagine bringing home to your family a 1 million rand check every Christmas. Not one Christmas, every Christmas. Every Christmas going forward from the 5-year mark. Think about how old you're going to be in 5 years' time. Now think about earning 1 million rand extra from that time every single year for the rest of your life. Past retirement, past your death. Imagine giving your kids 1 million rand a year as a present when you die. It takes a decision 60 months before that to keep yourself accountable to doing 2 people every single month without fail. But it's just academic. Don't let the presenter fool you. It's just academic. It's an example, right? You can join the business and you can do 0 plus 0 every month. Right? 0 plus 0. My 0 plus 0 club's very big. I don't pay them any attention, but I can tell you it's a big club. But you can also do more than 3 plus 2. Can I tell you I've got wealth engineers doing 10 plus 10? Last month I had wealth engineers doing 30. The decision is yours, not my decision. Right? And so we showcase wealth engineers that are doing more than the example. So here's Natasha Weldrick. You can see she's from PE, and she's had a very notable time here at DuePoint. And boy, no excuses. This is a lady that is a mother of 3, a single mother of 3. I've got a helper and a wife and only 2 children, and it's too much. Right? Single mother of 3. She was forced to do the business. Some of us want to do it because we want something extra. There was no choice in the matter for her. Look at her numbers. Nearly 10,000 Rand a month. Within the first 60 days, she was at 2,500 Rand a month. In month 3, she was at 3,800 Rand a month. Her channel grew last month by almost 100 people on its own. That is leverage, people, right? She's cloned herself successfully because she's grown by 100 people. Not of her own efforts, through the collaboration of her team. 23 apps in the first 42 days. How many people did she have to speak to get 23 to agree to join the business? She spoke to more people every single day than what was required. Right? She didn't look at 3 plus 2 and go, okay, that's okay. She said, I needed more than that. She did it. Ray and Rumbi joined in April last year. They had rank 5, so you'll know what rank 5 is when I speak about the rewards program. They're on just over 10,000 Rand a month. The Wealth Quest, so they were number 1 last year in terms of conquering Wealth Quests. Wealth Quests are a short-term incentive that we do every month. Their channel also almost grew by 100 people last month alone. They are doing 12 months on average every month. So they're doing 12 plus 12. If you're doing 12 plus 12, where are you going to be after 60 months? If 3 plus 2 gets you to $1 million. We've got Shadrach Twala, amazing gentleman this. Also joined in April last year. He's on 12,000 a month. He did 213 first pointers in the last 10 months. That is wild. 33 apps in January. And he's conquered 3 wealth quests in our business. Right? Those wealth quests have given him iPhones, data, iPad, televisions, just while he's building the business. We've got thousands of people joining this business every single month. It is up to you to decide what you want out of this business. I'm putting it on the table for everybody. The table's the same for everybody. Come decide what you want off the table. Run your own race. You can look at everybody else and go, that's what I want, that's what I want. Run your own race. You have to decide what you want first before you can figure out a way to get there. Right? What motivates you? How much time do you want to spend in this business? Is it just a nice to have, or is it a desperation that you have? So this is our returns program. This is the ability to create recurring income. This is the primary objective at DuePoint. So what is the decision? The decision for me, I sum it up very simply, are you willing to endure the downside of this business? Because it's not for free. What's on the table is not for mahala. It isn't, right? I hope everyone realizes that. Some people think, oh, it's too much work. But the decision's the same for everybody, because the business is the same for everybody. Everyone has to go through the same hardship. People that have been in the business for 1 day and the people that have been here for 2 years are dealing with the same thing. They're doing the same thing every single day. That's the decision. Getting started, very simple. Read our code of conduct. It defines what you can and cannot do as a wealth engineer. Register on our website. Right? Takes 7 minutes to become a wealth engineer. Straightforward. And then get to work. Complete the online training. That's what we do in this business. Remember, in the beginning of the business, I said our mandate as staff at DuePoint is to support you. We support you by all the training that we've provided to help you understand what this business is all about and how to build a channel of distribution. So plug into the training. It's not a lot of training. 7 hours to do the basic series. 7 videos, 1 hour each. Or you can go study a degree at university for 5 years, spend R500,000 Rand, and then wait in line behind the other 10 million people looking for a job. You've got to weigh up your risk in this business, right? We involved in the risk business. Come speak to me. I'll tell you about risk, how to weigh up risk very easily. Set goals for yourself. Decide what it is you want out of this race, what you want on the table. And then you have to prepare a plan, a strategy to get there. And again, we help you in that process. And the basic activity of talking to people, not asking you to go convince someone to buy a product or to explain our product or to have knowledge about financial services. I'm telling you just to go tell people that there's a business opportunity that can create recurring income for them. I'll do all the work. You put them down in front of me, I will do all the work for you. But you have to speak to people, right? That's this basic activity. We've got merchandise again to help you build your channels. This business, any business where you're trying to get people to listen to you is about credibility. The merchandise lends to credibility and belief in the business. You cannot operate this business if you don't have business cards. Think about that. So get the business cards, right? You get 500 business cards, just over 600 Rand. Invest in your business. This is your business. We've got USB sticks. All our videos are on there. We've got all the other merchandise, all in the display cabinet. Those pins that you see over there represent people that are earning money. You can't have a pin on your lapel unless you're earning in our business. If you become a wealth engineer, you're not earning. You won't buy one of those pins. You have to start earning, and then you get to buy one of those pins. So when you get to that stage, wear it with pride. And if you go ask anyone for advice, don't go to someone without a pin. That's the 0+0 club you're talking to. Right? Go to the experienced people. The bigger their pin, the shinier, the more colorful the pin is, the more experienced that person is. Right? And that'll be you. That'll be you. So that's merchandise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. A wealth of knowledge waiting for you on the YouTube channel. It'll tell you every time we do a live stream to the entire country, which is every single day except Sundays. We do a live stream nationally. Download the mobile app to your smartphone. It is your primary business tool, is that mobile app, because it'll tell you in real time, and I say real time, what's happening in your business. You will see who's paid, who hasn't paid, how your business has grown, whether you made money while you were sleeping. Every morning you'll wake up, while you're lying in bed, you'll open up your app and you'll see the people who joined your business. Your leverage has increased. Your recurring income has gone up. Some don'ts that I have to highlight in our code of conduct because people do things that they shouldn't be doing. The business is designed to allow people that have the resources to thrive in this business. We're not a charity. It's not a charity business. The business is geared to a certain segment of the market that we think will do well. You need the resources to thrive in this business. If you can't afford one of our products, you probably can't do this business. If you don't have access or you can't afford data, you're going to struggle in this business. If you don't have access to transport, you're going to struggle in this business. This business is still about relationship, right? You're the CEO. You have relationship with your board of directors. It requires access to transport, obviously. Don't complete a DuePoint application form on behalf of somebody else. People do this. They write down details and then they go do the application on other people's behalf at night. We struggle with that all the time. That's fraudulent. It's actually illegal. You can't add direct family members who live with you into your channel. Unfortunately, in the past, we've had too much manipulation of the system. Right? People stack their families into the business. So we don't allow that. If you've got family members that have left home, they're welcome to be in your channel. Right? Simple as that. It's a black and white rule. Don't start a Facebook page. Please. This is the one I'm begging everybody. I have to beg. I almost have tears in my eyes when I speak about this. Don't start a Facebook page. You're not allowed to market a financial services business on any platform, let alone Facebook. We suspend you immediately. We can find you on Facebook easily. It takes us 2 seconds to search, right? And we've got a company that does it. We get a report, client service suspends all of those wealth engineers. Don't send lead wealth engineers to DuePoint unattended. This point speaks to your behavior as a lead wealth engineer. Treat every prospect that you bring to this business with dignity. Be professional in your behavior. All right, the problem arose. Got people coming into the office saying, oh, I met Bob on Facebook and he sent me to head office. He said, I must just come here and then Rob or Brendan will take care of me. No. That's not my job. My job's up here. Your job is the prospecting and looking after the people that you bring into your business. Right? So treat those people with dignity, please. So this is the wealth quest that we do every month. So every month it's different. This is the incentive. This is the challenge that we offer, that we put out to our wealth engineers every month. So February's wealth quest is called the Triple Lightning Qualifier, where we challenge you to bring 3 new people into your business in the month of February. And if you can support them, that they become qualified in their own right. So it means that those 3 people that you brought have to find 3 people of their own. So in total, you're going to have 12 people in your channel, or new people in the month of February. If you can do that, everyone pays their debit order successfully. You can choose between a brand new iPhone 5S, an iPad, or a 49-inch smart LED TV, plus we'll give you 3,000 XP in the rewards program. That's just for February's work. Right, so Raynell and Rumbi, they did 4 of these in the last 10 months. So that's just a little bit of sweetener to the pot. The second way, so I said there were two ways to benefit as a wealth engineer. Our returns program that created recurring income, there's a second way. It's our XP rewards program. The rewards program rewards you for the success and the activity that you have in our business. So as a brand new wealth engineer, when you start engaging in typical wealth engineer behavior, which is coming to presentations, bringing guests with you, you can do home presentations, you can log into your mobile app every day. There's a whole plethora of things that you can engage in. There's 20 things, all these things floating past. Different things you can do to earn yourself XP. The XP stands for experience points. So you get points when you do all these things. And when you start collecting more points and your business, your channel starts to grow, we reward you along the way. Right? So if you become a wealth engineer this evening, you will start out as a rank 0 wealth engineer. Do you see rank 0 on the slide? No, because you're part of the 0+0 club still. Right? So you're not important. You need to get to rank 1 in the XP Rewards program. You only need 1,000 XP. You can do that in 1 minute. You need 4 products in your qualified channel. And when you meet those 2 criteria, we give you a once-off, not recurring, once-off 55 Rand at the end of that month where you ranked up and became rank 1. Always say, go celebrate early success. That 55 Rand, you take it, you go buy yourself a nice piece of cake, and you eat that cake. Right? Why? Because if you can get to rank 1, you can get to rank 20. Because the people at rank 20 are doing exactly the same thing as the people at rank 1. Your activity doesn't need to change in this business at any time. You need to just be consistent. And as you rank up, the rewards get bigger. There's a 20,000 Rand check. You can buy a lot of cake with 20,000 Rand. 50,000 Rand check waiting for you. We give tools to our wealth engineers to help them build their channels more effectively. Yes, Patrick and Pumi at rank 5, we give all our rank 5s this little memory stick. It's got all our videos on there, and they can show people the DuePoint opportunity on that stick because that stick can plug into phones, tablets, TVs, laptops, anything. Right? At rank 7, we spent 12,500 Rand getting business cards manufactured for you. Anyone spent 12,500 Rand on one set of business cards before? Never? Go take a look in the merchandise cabinet. There's a stack of gold cards. That's only about 4 business cards over there. They are thick. They are like wedges. There's no ink on these business cards. No ink. So I don't say we get cards printed, because they're not printed. They're manufactured. We had to almost get them manufactured in the United States because we couldn't find someone to do them here. Fortunately, we found one person. There's one person in the Western Cape, and I think he's about 90 years old because it takes so long to get these cards made. I've got to order them 2 months in advance. Why would we go to the extent to spend 12,500 Rand on one set of business cards for you? Because again, this business is about credibility. It's about impressions. If I sit down in front of somebody and I propose to them I've got a wonderful business opportunities with a company called DuePoint. We don't do any marketing and advertising. Do you think they've heard of DuePoint before? Probably not, right? But I promise you, if I throw a 12,500 Rand business card on the table that blinds them in the eye because the gold is shining off the light, they will say, where on earth did you get a business card like that? It is a piece of art, that business card. Your business card is 50 times more valuable than the CEO of Anglo American's business card. Think about that. These are tools to help you build your channels of distribution. At rank 9, we get to our first recurring reward. What does that mean? This happens every single year for our rank 9s. We take our rank 9s and their families, business class flights, to our international conference every year. It's a 7-day week away to a 5-star luxury resort, and it happens every single year. When you get to rank 9, you'll be coming on this trip every single year for the rest of your life with your family. Who travels overseas business class every single year? Nobody? Who thought that they could get to traveling business class every single year and go overseas every single year? Do you believe it now that it's possible? Or do you still not really believe it? Okay, well, these wealth engineers came with us. So take a look. This is what we got up to 2 months ago. It's available for everybody in the room.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace.
Did you see Pumi almost got eaten by those little fish? Half our wealth engineers got to rank 9 in less than a year. One gentleman in 5 months. You've got until the end of November to get to rank 9 if you want to come with us in December. But it doesn't matter if you don't make it in December, because I'm not going to reset you to 0. You just carry on building and come with us next year. If you don't make next year, come with us the 3rd year. You don't get reset to 0. These aren't incentives, short-term incentives like wealth quests. You build up your business and you enjoy the success as your business starts to grow. At rank 11, we spend R250,000 buying our wealth engineers a brand new car. No T's and C's, no DuePoint sticker on the side of the door, no sharing it with another wealth engineer. The car is bought cash in your name as presented to you. Simple as that. This is our rewards program. We're at rank 11. The rewards program goes up to rank 28. That's on offer. It's on the table. I'm inviting every single person in this room, regardless of your circumstance, regardless of your qualifications, regardless of your expertise, to come up to the front and decide what you want off this table. And I'll work with you. I will help you. I'll support you. I'll celebrate your success with you. But I can't make you come to the table. I can't, right? So I invite you this year, 2018, for hopefully as many people in this room, to make 2018 a year that stands out in their lives. Because what's on the table is generally only for a very privileged few. We work and live in a system that is geared to only allow the privileged success. Entrepreneurship happens for maybe 2% of the population. Right? Very small chance of being successful as an entrepreneur. So that's it, guys. That's what I invite you to. Come speak to me if you have any questions this evening. I wish you a wonderful evening. I hope you have an amazing year. Good luck. Thank you.